Peace, man. What's the word? I'm back for round two. As promised, man, I told y'all I was going to come back to finish off the build, give y'all a part two of my earlier build. So, again, I'm going to give y'all a chance to tune on in and tap in with your boy before I start going back in on my rant, man. Y'all already know how I go, man. So, I'm going to give y'all a chance to go ahead, tap back in. Hopefully, y'all got a few more minutes to spare so y'all can listen to what it is I have to say pertaining to the subject matter once again, man. Eli, peace. What's happening with you, man? What's the word? What's the word? Mr. Barbados, peace, peace, Magic, peace once again. Welcome back, Magic. Welcome back. I know you was on the previous stream. So welcome back, man. How everybody living? How this Friday treating everybody? Hopefully y'all not falling victim to the agenda out here, man. The mission that they have out here for us, man, to destroy the black folks that people seem to be in denial about. Beautiful Goddess Keys, peace, queen, what's happening? It's a lot of people in denial about a lot of agendas out here. They don't think these agendas exist and whatnot, man. So I want to tap into that. I want to tackle that, man, because these agendas definitely exist and they've been in existence. And for the people that no face, peace, what's happening? For the black people that's walking around talking about these agendas don't exist, y'all are part of it. Y'all have fallen victim to the agenda. Y'all have fallen victim to the agenda by claiming that it does not exist because that's what they want you to do. That's what they want you to do. Dizzy, peace, welcome back. Welcome back to Renzo, welcome back. Rashawn, peace, peace. Forex King, peace. Lindell, peace, we back. It's almost like when we start talking about black on black crime and we just start pointing the finger at one another, whole while we ignore the system's involvement in our struggle, in our circumstances, in our condition. That's what they want us to do. Yes, we play a role in our situation, in our condition, but we cannot ignore the unseen hand, as we call it, the unseen hand. But that's what they want you to do, though. They want to make it seem like they have no involvement in the matter. Whole while they have involvement in the matter. Whole while. Just like what happened with Malcolm X. They wanted to make it look like that was straight black on black. Whole while they had involvement in that as well. So that's what they like to do, man. So this is exactly what they want. They want you to think that there is no agenda at all. Whole while it's a big agenda. Oh, Dizzy, for sure, man, for sure. Yeah, it ain't no problems, man. Like I said, man, if you know something I don't know, definitely enlighten me. Definitely enlighten me. It's all good. I'm always open to that. I'm always open to it. Wisdom, peace, what's happening? JF, peace, what's happening? Ananias, peace. Lorenzo, drop the jewel. We're going to put it on the screen for you. And appreciate that donation from the previous stream as well, my brother. But I had to tap in. You know, I said I got a surprise. Somebody walked in on me. I had to handle that. But Ananias, for sure. Big agenda. Every time you look up, TV screen, that's why a lot of people don't watch TV. Every time you look up, what do you see? How do you see? Let's talk about the black man for a minute. How do you typically see the black man depicted in media out here? A lot of times when you see the black man in mainstream society, in Hollywood, it's a very weak image of the black man. You don't normally see strong black men. It's always something weak, timid, soft, passive, something along those lines. Something along those lines. Negative, it's toxic, something along those lines. That's normally what you see when you see the black man being depicted in Hollywood, in mainstream society out here. 9 times out of 10, it's going to be something negative. It's going to be something weak. It's going to be something soft. That's by design. That's an agenda. That's what an agenda is. Andronicus, peace, what's happening? That's what an agenda is. And then most of the time when you see the black woman, of course, the black woman gonna be strong. That's how they depict them. And we not knocking that. But one thing they also like to do in regards to black women, they like to make black women appear. Y'all know the term ghetto. I do not like that term. But they make a lot of black women appear to be loudmouth, attitudes for no reason, things along those lines. they like to depict the black woman in those lights a lot of times. So you just got to pay attention to what's happening. Azure for sure. And most of the time, it's effeminate. Most of the time, it's effeminate, man. Most of the time. Most of the time, we putting on dresses. We doing all that type of nonsense, man. That's when they want to highlight us in the media. But when we strong, when we standing on our square, representing the truth, bringing knowledge to the table, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, then they have a problem. They're not going to highlight that person. They're not going to highlight that person in the media. They're not going to highlight that black man in the media. They're not going to highlight that black woman that's standing on her square, representing the truth. They're not going to highlight them. They're not going to highlight said individuals. It's not going to happen. But if you're a black man and you're willing to put on that dress, you're willing to put on that skirt, you're willing to act soft, you're willing to act passive and things along those lines, then there we go. Now you got a role. Now you got a place in mainstream society. The wife is in the building. Y'all say peace to the wife. Montel, peace, peace. What's happening? Andronicus, for sure. For sure. That's how they want to. That's how they want to do us. That's how they want it. That's how they want to depict us, man. And they have done a good job. They have done a great job in brainwashing the people out here to where a lot of people think, like I said, these agendas don't exist. One of the best ways, and we was talking about this in the previous stream, but one of the best ways to make it appear as if an agenda is not real is to wipe out the side of the argument that will neutralize your stance on what you want the people to do. And that's what they have done. That's what they have done. Anything that's revealing the agenda, anything that goes against their agenda, they got the power now to eliminate it, eradicate it. So it's like it doesn't even exist. It's like that other side doesn't even exist. So they've done a great job at regulating the internet to where they can, like, people see what they want them to see, what they allow them to see. So they have done a great job at regulating the internet. So if you got a message and it goes against one of their agendas, then it's like, all right, you got to be eliminated. You got to be deleted. You got to be banned. You got to be wiped out from existence like you never existed. You know, so that's what they do. That's exactly how they do it. Then they tell you to make an educated move, an educated opinion, things of that nature, an educated decision, an informed decision. Like I was talking about in the previous stream. How can I make that when I don't have both sides? When I can't analyze both sides, I can't observe and do the knowledge to both sides. I can only do the knowledge to one side. How can I make an informed decision? How is that possible? How is that possible? Oh, nice, for sure. Yeah, they definitely. Black women are definitely not represented as feminine in Hollywood and mainstream society. You know, that is role reversal. So they want to depict the women as masculine and they want to depict the men as feminine. That's what they after, to reverse the roles. So when you see a movie that got a black man and a black woman, I guarantee you the black woman is going to be a million times stronger mentally and physically than this black man in the movie. Black man just going to be just soft, passive, just going with the flow, ain't taking no charge, all that type of stuff. That's how he going to be depicted in this movie. Plenty of movies that show and prove that. So that's how they representing us in Hollywood. And when you represent it like that in Hollywood, then that's doing something to the people subconsciously. And that's what they after. That's what they after for sure. Wisdom for sure. Big difference. And magic. And that's what I'm saying. A lot of people don't realize that the media is the biggest influence. One of the biggest influences, man, because I feel like another thing that be influencing people outside of religion, I mean, not outside of religion, but outside of media is religion for sure. And then like the food, like diet, what we eat, boy, the way that taps into the hormones and things of that nature. Those are like the top three. What you eat, your religion that you subscribing to, and boy, the media. The influence that those things have, because people don't even realize how the diet, how what you eating is influencing you. And yeah, I'm saying influencing you because they put things in these foods intentionally to get you to act a certain type of way. So this is happening. Nutritional genocide. That's a real thing out here. That's a real thing for sure. Lindell, you say, do you hold on? Say, do you have a take on the Capitol situation that they're still trying to sweep under the rug? Why? Because it's snowball out of control. Yeah, I was a client that I was training. They had brought that up about the people. What was it, like the cops or whatever, like security, whoever it was, coming out and testifying and things of that nature. I mean, to me, that's one of them situations that was planned. So I feel like that was all planned, man. They just stringing it along right now, but it was planned. Sometimes when they plan things, it don't go according to plan, and this may be one of those situations. Something that they had planned and it didn't go according to plan, and it's like, wait a minute. So I think it's something along those lines. Andronicus for sure. Whole while they do all that to tear the black woman down. Whole while, that's what they want. They want the black woman. They want her. You know, they want her. That's why they trying to make us be at odds with them. You can go do the knowledge to back in the days when the slave master was out here raping all women. Man, he didn't want anything to do with his woman. He wanted the black woman. You know how many? Listen, y'all know how many of them slave owners back in the day. This is where you get the mixed children and all that type of stuff from, man. You know how many of those slave masters, man, was having children by some of them black women, man, them black queens, man. We know a lot of that was going down, man. We know a lot of that was going down, just like they women want the black man. So stop playing with us. Nice for sure, man. Yeah, the food stuff is making people more violent for sure. A lot of people don't understand that, man. Like you, again, like I say, you consume trauma. You are what you eat, man. So that's why you have a lot of traumatized people walking around. That's what you consuming. Got a lot of angry people walking around because that's the type of stuff we are consuming. You know what I'm saying? So we got to be mindful of that, man. So that definitely has an influence on your hormones. And again, when your hormones are out of whack, then you are out of whack. So you start acting in a way that's unpredictable. You know? Oh, magic for sure. Yeah, the BPA in the plastic bottles under the radar. Static, peace. What's happening? What's happening? Antoinette, peace, queen. What's happening? Wisdom for sure. We ain't worried about it. Like I said, they can knock on the door all they want to, man. I mean, we not getting it. I'm not getting it. You know, at the end of the day, that's what it is. Somebody mentioned that in the previous stream, and they hit me with a hypothetical scenario. So, like, if they come knocking, what you gonna do? Like, I'm just not getting it. They can knock as hard as they want. They can make as many threats as they want. I'm not getting it. I don't have to. Create strategy. Peace. What's happening? Anais, every ethnic group that I've ever chopped it up with loves black women. From the Arabs to the Asians to the white folks. Every ethnic group in regards to their men. They are fascinated with the black woman. I can't make that up. Based off of my personal experience. Can't make it up. They are fascinated with the black woman. Can't make it up. I can't make that up. So that's 100% right and exact. They are fascinated with the black woman. All the men in these other ethnic groups, they are fascinated with the black woman. And don't let them tell you otherwise. They love the black woman. They love the black woman. Like I said, that's why they try to create so much tension between us, between the black man and the black woman. They like, all right, if we can make the black man and black woman be at odds, then there we go. Then we can slide in and we can get the woman. Antonio, my brother, man, y'all know, you know the type of conversations I be having. Y'all already know. But for the most part, I be trying to let people chill, but they be trying to bang on me. So I'll be having to defend my stance, which is sad. Andronicus for sure. And that's why they created that European standard of beauty, when at the end of the day, the African standard of beauty is the best standard of beauty. You know what I'm saying? Like man, listen, being a trainer, man, y'all know something about BMI, the body mass index. They literally got that system, and that system was created with white women in mind, not black women. So a black woman will get on that joint, get on a scale, and then they BMI will get documented. and it'll tell them according to that BMI that they overweight, they obese. Nah, it's because we built differently. So that whole BMI joint, man, that was another method, a tactic that was utilized to try to make black women feel bad about their bodies. Man, you know how many times I done had to tell sisters, man, don't pay attention to that BMI. Just don't do that. You pay attention to that BMI, it's probably going to tell you that you obese or you overweight, when really at the end of the day, you're not. And that BMI doesn't account for a lot. And it was created with white women in mind, white folks in mind. We built differently. We built differently when it comes to the body mass, man. We built differently. And y'all know what I mean by saying we built differently, you know? So I be having to tell my sisters, man, do not pay attention to that BMI. Don't do that. Do not pay attention to that. That metric will have you feeling terrible about your body and will have you doing things that you don't necessarily need to be doing to look a certain type of way. What you say, Dark Aladdin? You say, I don't know about anybody else, but people like us, we get stalked, gang stalked, harassed, cheated, like nothing but attitude, lack of kindness, no absolutely no love, etc. The list goes on. Now, what you mean by people like us? What you mean by that? Antonio, for sure. I ain't worried about it. I ain't worried about it, man. I'm gonna let people make the little decisions they feel is best for them. At the end of the day, that's what they gonna do. I done had plenty of people. I done had several people was adamant about not getting it when everything first popped off. They was like, man, I never get that, and they got it. Change your heart. That peer pressure. People don't understand how real that peer pressure is, man. The people around you, they put that pressure on you. So it's only a select few that can combat that peer pressure. See, I don't care anything about the peer pressure. I don't care what people around me doing, what they not doing. If I got it set in my mind that I'm not going to do something, I'm not going to do it. Especially when it's backed by the facts. I just ain't going to do it. Oh, Brittany, for sure. Every time you see dysfunctional, even when we semi looking functional, it's still some dysfunction in it, man. It's the same old song and dance. The same old song and dance when you see a black family in movies and things of that nature. It'd be the same old song and dance. Same old song and dance. 99% of the time. But again, they do this for a reason. It's that agenda that I'm talking about. That agenda that people don't think is in existence, man. It's like it's literal. You literally have black people out here that don't believe it's an agenda to make the black man soft, make the black man weak, to make the black woman appear as if she's not feminine, and to strive for this European standard of beauty, to create the dysfunction amongst the black household. Like, people don't really think these agendas exist, or they pick and choose which agenda to believe in when it suits their argument or benefits their argument or a point they're trying to make. So you got plenty of people that they're going to tell you that there is no agenda to effeminize the black man. That a music video or an artist can't make your child turn this way. But then in the same breath, they start acknowledging the agenda to kill black people, like when cops kill us and this, that, and the third, then they want to acknowledge that agenda. But when it comes to the other agenda to effeminize the black man, they all of a sudden now believe that agenda doesn't exist. So people want to pick and choose which agenda to subscribe to. No, all these agendas exist. Just because you don't agree with an agenda doesn't mean it doesn't exist. And people got to understand that. People got to understand that just because you may not like the agenda doesn't take away from the fact that there is indeed an agenda. It's definitely an agenda to feminize the black man, man. That's 100% an agenda. 100% an agenda. And if you don't understand why that would be an agenda, then I don't know what type of history you've been studying. If you got to ask yourself, why would it be an agenda to effeminize the black man? All you got to do is look up COINTELPRO, and that will answer that. That will solve that problem for you. All you got to do is look into COINTELPRO, and then you get your answer in regards to why there will be an agenda out here to effeminize the black man. That's all you got to do. Look up COINTELPRO. That's the first step. Once you look up COINTELPRO, then you're going to pretty much have your answer. Pretty much have your answer and see why they want to make the black man, keep the black man as passive as they can. Mac, peace. What's happening? What's happening? Tony, the visceral fat supposed to be under 10. So it's supposed to be in the single digits, man. Once you hit the double digits with the double digits with the visceral fat, that's when you start having a problem. That's when you start having problems. So you want to keep it under 10. Want to keep it under 10 for sure. Terenzo for sure with the breakdown on European, yeah, for sure. I think, man, I can't remember who I was reading. Maybe it was a Shaka Musa Barashango, but one of them, man, Shaka Musa Barashango, I think, broke that down as well. Rashawn, you say, how do you feel about the diseases they say are in the family? I don't believe in any of that. The only thing that's in the family that we pass down are bad habits. And like they say, genes can load the gun, but your lifestyle pulls the trigger. They didn't already did the knowledge, man. They let you know that your genes only account for like 5%. Like the number is small. Your genes only account for like factor in 5% of whether or not you're gonna come down with a disease. 5%. Guess what has the highest percentage? Guess what factor has the highest percentage? Diet, what you eat. I think it's what you eat and your environment. Those two have the highest percentages in regards to factors that can contribute to an ailment, to a disease. Genetics or genes, 5%. So it's light. So that's why I don't really too much care about somebody telling me something runs in their family. Nah, them bad habits run in your family. Do the knowledge to it. If you came down with an ailment, if you came down with a cancer, if you came down with diabetes, I'm telling you, it's not because it runs in your family. It's because of the way that you eat. It's because your environment. Those are the main factors. Those are the main factors. And once you get past those factors, if you change those factors and your condition doesn't reverse or you're not able to prevent it, then we can start talking about genes. But man, genes account for like 5%. 5%. And that's very light, very small. It's your diet and your environment. And then things like smoking, like stuff like that accounts for more than genes. So when people start telling me what runs in the family, like I'm like, that's nonsense. Because notice when we talk about what runs in the family, notice we only talk about that in the negative light. We only talk about the negative things, the negative habits, the diseases, the ailments. But we don't say things like success runs in my family. You got a bunch of successful people in your family, but not once have I heard somebody say, man, success must run in my family. Good health must run in my family. Haven't heard anything like that. It's always cancer runs in my family. High blood pressure runs in my family. Diabetes runs in my family. Obesity runs in my family. Like that's the only thing that I hear when people say it runs in a family. How about we change the narrative and start talking about the positive things that run in our families? You got a bunch of educated people. You got a bunch of intelligent people in your family. Start talking about how intelligence runs in your family. You know what I'm saying? Like start talking about that. Good health runs in my family. Those are affirmations, but we don't talk like that though. We have been conditioned to focus on the bad things. So we think only bad things can run in our family. So I never subscribe to that joint at all. Sean, peace. What's happening? Brittany, Queen of Fool is dope for sure. I done put a lot of sisters on her work, man. Back in the day, I got hip to her back in the day. Man. But you already know how I feel about the fast food and the meat and things of that nature. You already know how I feel about that. But again, I tell people that, then they start coming up with all these reasons why meat is necessary and things of that nature. So I be leaving it alone. When I'm dealing with the everyday average Joe. But you already know how I feel about that. We were not designed to be eating meat like that. We were not designed to be eating meat at all, man. We could do without meat, period. Brittany, for sure. Yeah. The black struggle. That's why I don't like when people try to combine the struggles. It's different. It's different. Let's just be honest, man. The LGBT community They got a lot of power out here, man. They got a lot of power. They are definitely protected. They have a lot of power out here, man. A lot of power. You want to know why that community has a lot of power? Because you got white people involved in that community. You know, there are no white people involved in the real black struggle because it's the black struggle. But when you're talking about LGBT community, like you got white people involved. So anytime you got white people involved in communities out here, yeah, you about to start seeing the playing field even a little bit because we got white folks involved. So that's what you got to be mindful of when it comes to that community. The black struggle is just the black struggle. That's just what it is. They're not gonna look out for us. We gotta look out for ourselves, man. Antonio, and that's what I talk about. I tell people that all the time, man. Literally, there's an agenda for everything. If you see something on TV, there's an agenda for it. It's a reason why you seeing it on TV. It's a reason why you seeing it on YouTube. Everything has an agenda, man. So when you start seeing them openly inserting certain acts on TV shows repeatedly, they doing it for a reason. They doing it for a reason. They trying to get you to accept that lifestyle as normal. That's the agenda. Now, am I saying the agenda is good or bad? No, I just said that's an agenda. That's an agenda. When they start showing you all these images of black men and they real passive, they real soft, they doing that for a reason. There's an agenda. There's an agenda. So don't be mad that there's an agenda. It's just, that's what it is. Tay, peace, queen, what's happening? Tony, if you want to get that visceral fat number, if you want to get that down, that's a stubborn number. It takes a lot for that to move. You can do a lot of fasted cardio, and you want to make sure you do a lot of little ab work along with it, man. You want to really focus on the abdominal area, man. Just do the ab work, do a lot of fasted cardio, do a lot of fasting in general, and then watch the refined carbs, the consumption of refined carbs, you know, the white bread, white pastas, white rice, you know, candies, cookies, all that, you know, stay away from all that nonsense. Get your fruits and veggies up, and you will be good. Nice, man. The wrong environment to tear you down. The wrong environment to tear you down, man. The right environment is crucial in regards to reversing an ailment or preventing an ailment. But a lot of times, man, when you see people trying to reverse a condition and they may change the way that they eat and they still succumb to the illness, it can be their environment. It can definitely be their environment, man. Because what was old dude, man? I forget his name off the top of my head, man. I want to get the name right. I want to get the name right for sure, man. I forget dude's name every freaking time, man. But he's a good example of the point I'm trying to make. Yeah, Chadwick from Black Panther and whatnot. You know, he changed the way that he was eating, and people was like, oh, see there, he still died of the cancer, this, then the third. I'm like, hey, for one, we don't know how long, you know what I'm saying, he had it, because he kind of went under the radar with it. And secondly, he was still out here shooting movies and whatnot. So I was like, he was still in a stressful environment. So the best thing to do, man, if you're trying to reverse an ailment or a condition, you got to be in a peaceful environment, man. That plays a part. So if you're trying to fight, you're trying to reverse cancer, if you're trying to reverse any type of ailment, and you still about to be going to work dealing with all type of stress, then you may not reverse that condition, no matter how clean you eat. Like your environment has to change. Your environment has to be peaceful, man. Your environment has to be positive. Your environment has to be healthy. So you can't be out here maintaining a stressful schedule, expecting to reverse a condition. Don't work like that. Don't work like that. Nice. There we go. And we keeping it rolling. Keeping it rolling. Hey, Tay, man, once you reflect, you're going to see it's a lot of good things that run in the family, man. All you got to do is just analyze the good qualities that your family members possess. And we all got good qualities. And just see which ones keep on occurring. Kyle, peace. What's happening? What's happening? MC, peace, peace. Doggone. I fools with the name, but doggone, peace. What's happening? Rude boy, peace. What's happening? DJ Elmo, peace. Wisdom for sure, man, for sure. Definitely reconnecting with nature, man. That's reconnecting with yourself, pretty much. That's what it's all about. Hold on, Brittany. Brittany talking about something that's right on my. Hold on, Brittany. Hold on. Let me say, have you noticed that black female artists have to specialize themselves by like twerking and nude to get a #1 spot and publicity, but white female artists don't have to do that at all. And it's been that way for a minute. It's been that way for a minute. And that's why, for the life of me, I can't stand when I see sisters do that. Because they feed you right into the hands of the beast when they do that. You don't have to show your skin all the time, man. You do not have to shake your behind to be respected out here. But that's what society wants you to believe. That's what society wants you to believe. And then on top of that, sometimes, and I'm going to be honest, on top of that, on top of what Brittany talked about, us as black men, we don't make it any better when they start doing that because we support it. We fool with it. Like, we don't try to talk the sisters out of it. You know what I'm saying? We gonna click like, we gonna be thirsty, we gonna do all of that. So we gotta stop fooling with that on a higher level. We want to keep, it says, keep the best part preserved for self. The best part is the black woman for us. So we want to keep the black woman preserved for ourselves. So we don't want the whole world to see the black woman and what she has to offer. We don't want that. So we need to talk them out of that. Like, hey, stop doing that, man. You don't have to shake your behind on this camera all the time, man. Keep that preserved for your people. You don't want the whole world seeing that, man. The whole world don't need to see that. But I done tried to have these type of conversations, and I'm telling you, the backlash that I get when I start talking about what Brittany is talking about, the backlash that I get from black women is crazy. Oh, you can't tell me what to do with my body. Black men do this, that, and the third, and that turns into a whole entire argument. Like, whoa, wasn't expecting it to go there. Wasn't expecting it to go there, man. So sometimes I see why some brothers don't say nothing, because when you do, some sisters look at it like you trying to tell them what they can and cannot do with their bodies and things of that nature. So I'm like, whoa, that's not what we saying. Not what I'm saying, at least. Oh, nice, for sure. Got to get in that better environment. DJ Elmo, I'm going to do you one better. Chronic diseases start before you was even born if the parents are following toxic behavior patterns. So the chronic disease start before you even was brought into existence. If your parents are toxic, if the mother and father, the male and the female that gave birth to you, if they are toxic, then that chronic disease then started way before you even came into existence. So I'm going to do you one better. Forget the 5 or 10 years before you notice there is a problem. Man, it's before you even come into existence that the problem was there. So that's how deep this stuff is. Oh, Tay, for sure. Yeah, definitely. And that's why something that Tay talked about. That's why pregnant women in stressful, unsupported relationships are more susceptible to miscarriage. That's brothers. Because I know some situations like that. If you got a queen pregnant, the last thing you need to be doing is bringing drama their way. Last thing you need to be doing. I just want to throw that out there. It's the last thing you need to be doing is bringing drama to them. Somebody that is carrying your seed. Last thing you need to be doing is bringing drama, toxicity, all that their way. Please don't do that. Please don't do that, man. You laid down with this woman. You created life. Why are you out here cheating and whatnot, man? You got other things you need to be focusing on. So please stop doing that, fellas. Like, you got to stop doing that. I have to stop doing that. Got to be more careful out here, man. You laid down with her, man. She is carrying your seed. The least you can do is respect her until the seed is released, man, and brought into existence, man. Y'all ain't got to stay together, man. But for the time that she carrying your seed, you could at least respect her enough, man, and not be fooling around, man, and just treat her with some respect, man. That shouldn't be too much to ask for, man. Shouldn't be too much to ask for at all. So I just want to throw that out there because I've actually been hearing a lot of situations like that, man. Sister be pregnant, and you got to understand how unfair that is. So, as we say, to fat her, that's what father means. So now she walking around like she can. I mean, they do. I'm not saying it like, because it be some pregnant women out here doing some crazy things, man. Like, it's crazy out here. The world is crazy. But for the most part, man, you got to understand, man, they whole body is changing and things of that nature, man. They may be feeling insecure, all of that. You physically ain't really affected by it. You know what I'm saying? So you can be out here doing whatever you want to do, man. That's just kind of unfair for you to go about that situation like that, man. For you to, you know what I'm saying, fatten her, and then you walking around here doing whatever you want to do. Like, nah, man, that's messed up, man. That's low. That's low. And then if you a sister out here and you are pregnant and you messing around, that is terribly low, you know? So vice versa, you know what I'm saying? So y'all need to just at least be on the same page until the baby is born, man, because that don't even make any sense, man. Y'all being selfish at that particular point. Nice, for sure, for sure. Silent Assassin, peace. Justin, peace. Welcome back. And Miss Donnie, yeah, for sure. Oh, beautiful goddess keys. Hold up. I build my success off the pure talent in my veins, yet my body is the only thing that could fulfill my gains. Talent versus body, my choice, ruin the entertainment industry for women. Ooh-wee. Hey, is that like a poem or something? Because I almost feel like I was reading a poem there, beautiful goddess keys. Hey, you melanated origins, peace, peace. I appreciate that for sure. Appreciate that for sure. But man, like I said, man, I'm all about black man, black woman coming together, and I'm all about hitting the youth as well, man. So I don't all that disconnect and all that negative, that separation and all of that, man. I'm really not for that. But like I said, man, if somebody foul, man, somebody scamming the community, we gonna point that out. We gonna point that out for sure. We gonna point that out 100%. We not gonna allow somebody to come in, scam the community, and we just say since we raised first that we not gonna point them out. Now we gonna put some people on blast that's trying to scam the community. We ain't about to play with it. We ain't about to play with it. All right, beautiful goddess keys. I figured, you know, from one poet to another. I figured there was some poetry I was reading out here, man. We fool with that though. Where the poem at? But all that disconnect, that nonsense, man. I don't. That's why a lot of times when people ask me, do I watch such and such? I really don't, because most of the time when I be looking up, it always be black man versus black woman and all that type of stuff, man. That's the big money maker right now, man. If you want to make some money, if you struggling right now financially, you want to make some money, man, just get on here and start talking about black men versus black women. You will be good. That's the new religion right now. That's the new religion, man. If you want to make some money, just talk about black men versus black women. You'll be wealthy. You'll be wealthy real soon. Just do that. Dean, man, listen, a lot of times, man, we don't understand how our suffering comes from our parents, man, in regards to the things that they pass down to us, in regards to those habits that I'm talking about. That's why I say, man, it always, man, you gotta literally, man, you gotta work on yourself, man, because you're gonna end up passing some of these habits down. You pass these habits down to the children, man, that could be detrimental, because a child, man, we gonna mimic what we see the adults around us do. So if you an adult and you raising a child, man, and you got bad habits, man, that child gonna mimic those bad habits, man. They gonna emulate those bad habits. They gonna be like, all right, I seen my dad do this, so therefore this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do the same thing, because they looking up to you. You the first role model, man. They are emulating everything that you're doing. So we got to be mindful of that, man. That's why I say bad habits are the only things you passing down, because that child is gonna mimic those habits. They're gonna mimic what they see. They mimic what they see you do. This is 100% fact. You got a child right now. If you bust down and start doing some push-ups, that child is going to try to do exactly what it is you doing. They're going to try to do some push-ups. I see it all the time. You start doing some jumping jacks and your baby watching, they going to start trying to do some jumping jacks. It ain't going to be perfect. It's going to be kind of funny, but they're going to try to do what you're doing. So we got to understand that, man. We got to understand that they watching. They always watching. The babies are always watching, man. I made a video about that early on. Babies are always watching. The babies are always watching, man. We got to be mindful of that. The babies are always watching. That's why it's important to get your mental in check when you do have some seeds, man. When you do have some seeds, man, you got to be out here. You got to move differently. You got to move differently, man. You cannot be moving as reckless as you once were. You got to clean that up. Got to clean it up because you got people watching. Even before you have any seeds, once you become an adult, the youth are still looking up to you. It's people out here like if you a grown man and you don't have any kids, you a father figure to somebody. I'm telling you, it's somebody that's younger than you that's watching you. They looking up to you. They may not even let you know that, but they watching. Best believe it's somebody that's younger than you that's watching you right now. If you a grown man, they watching. They watch you from afar. Some people let you know they watching. So you always got to be mindful. And same for my sisters out here. It's a young woman that's looking up to you because she may not have had a mother figure or her mother may have been trash. And she looking up to you. And if we are bad representatives of the culture, then that's all we're going to keep giving birth to. So you got to be mindful, man, that they are always watching, man. I can't tell you how many times people inbox me. I don't even know them. And they be like, you know what I'm saying? They've been watching me, following me for years. I'm like, bro, I ain't never seen you comment on anything. And they say they've been watching for years. And they be younger than me. And they talk about the impact that some of the stuff that I done said and had on them and all the changes that they done made based off what I said. And it's like, dude, never would have known because you never said nothing. You know what I'm saying? Never comment on a post, never comment in a chat. Like these people are watching. These people are watching, man. So you got to be mindful of that, man. We should always be mindful. When they say it takes a village to raise a child, like that's what we're talking about. That's the village. So we always got to be in that village mindset, man. Always. We got to get back to that village mindset. So people are watching. Specifically, the youth. They are watching you, man. They looking up to you. They are looking up to you. They want what y'all got to understand. These young folks, they want a father figure. They want a mother figure. They don't like the fact that their father is not in their life. They don't like the fact that their mother was strung out on drugs. Like they want their mother to be in their life, man. They want the father. They looking for that. And wherever they feel like they can get that attention, that's where they gonna go. So that's why some of the brothers turn to the streets because the OG was a father figure to him. Whole while that black man that got him a decent job, that middle class black man, he turned his nose. He turned his nose up at that brother, man, at that young brother. He acted like he was too good for that young brother. So the young brother was like, Dad, man, I tried to ask this dude how he get on at this job and this, that, and the third, and he ain't want to drop no jewels on me. He ain't want to give me no game. But the OG from the streets took him under his wing. Like they want that father figure, man. That's what they want that. So we got to be mindful of that, man. We got to be mindful of that. You got to understand, man, that your ways and actions can be a blessing, man, to somebody else, man, to the youth, man, somebody that's younger than you that's watching you. So always moving in a way to where you considering that, man, because that's real. Hey, Akuma, that's that song, man. Master 2, man, I appreciate that, man. I definitely had the people that I looked up to, man, that molded and shaped my mentality and things of that nature, man, just outside of my peoples, man, my parents, man. But it was a lot of folks back in the day that I was looking up to, man. A lot of them was dead, you know, like Malcolm X and things of that nature, man. But we all gonna cling to those figures, man. So that's why we got to make sure we clinging to the right individuals. And that's why I say, man, I don't give people much time, man. If I get a vibe from you that you wicked, that you savage, that you a scammer, I'm disconnecting from you. I'm disconnected from you instantly. Hey, Dean, there you go. He said, that's why I held off on kids until I'm more healed. And that's peace. That's you being selfless. You say, man, I don't want to bring in another life into existence if I'm not healed, because that's going to do more harm than good for that particular child. So, man, I commend you on that. Commend you on that for sure. Joshua, man, listen. Joshua, If I start talking about surgeries, I might get banned. If I start talking about my sisters out here and getting all these surgeries, I'm gonna get banned because that grinds my gears. But I'm gonna sum it up though. I'm gonna keep it short. I ain't gonna really go off into another rant. But if I start talking about these surgeries out here, man, I'm getting banned for sure. Because I cannot stand. That's a forbidden word. If you in my gym, I don't even allow people to say that word. You say something about surgery, I might kick you out that joint. That's forbidden. Don't talk about surgeries when you in my gym, when you in my presence. Because what that is doing, what people ain't focusing on, what it's doing, is that's promoting a lot of laziness. That's promoting a lot of laziness, man. So instead of a lot of sisters going out here putting in the work, guess what they doing? They going to get these surgeries. Oh, wow. You got to still put in the work to maintain the surgery. You got to eat a certain type of way to maintain it, but they not doing that. They not caring about that. They not caring about that. They want a certain body type. They go get the surgery, get the body type. And again, what people don't realize, just because now you got the body type, you think your whole mentality going to change in regards to working out. If you didn't like to work out and eat clean before you got the surgery, when you get the surgery, it's not going to automatically turn on to where you're going to be motivated and inspired to maintain it. So that's creating a lot of problems. It's creating a lot of problems, man. You got to be willing to work out even if you get some of these surgeries to maintain the surgery. So you might as well adopt the proper mentality from the jump. Might as well. Because you're going to have to do it anyway. Man, I know people that then got the surgery to lose weight, the weight loss surgery, like that joint. And guess what? They start breaking down foods that they can't eat after they get the surgery. And it's a lot of the foods I tell them not to eat. So I'm like, okay, now you forced to eat this way and you don't like it. And you going against the grain and it's making you sick and you almost killing yourself because you wasn't prepared for it. You wasn't prepared for it. So you might as well go ahead and adopt the proper lifestyle beforehand and see how far you can go with that. If you need to lose weight, just adopt the proper lifestyle from the jump because you're going to have to do it anyway. When you get the surgery, they're going to tell you that you can't be eating all these heavy foods. You're going to have to do it anyway. So you might as well go ahead and adopt it first, see how far it takes you, and then consider surgery. But you're not going to need the surgery once you do that. But it promotes laziness, man. People out here getting the surgery, getting their bodies done, feel like they ain't got to work out because now their body is done. And that's it. That's it. Spending all this money getting this surgery. But then when you tell somebody to eat healthy, it's too expensive. But you dropping $5,000-$10,000, man, to get some fat removed from one place and place to another. So you finna get your belly fat removed and you're going to put it on your butt. Like that's what you paying thousands of dollars for instead of you just eating right, going to the gym, doing some thrusts and some squats. I can't stand that, man. I can't stand it. I can't stand surgeries, man. I can't stand anybody that's getting it, and I can't stand anybody that's condoning a surgery unless it's 100% necessary. But for the most part, these surgeries do not be necessary. All you got to do is work out and eat a certain type of way. In regards to the surgeries that most people are getting, stop being lazy. Stop being freaking lazy because you're gonna have to do it anyway. Like I'm looking out for you. So I can't stand it. I can't stand it. It grinds my gears, as y'all can probably tell. Like people don't want to put in work, man. Like you're gonna feel that much better about yourself when you actually put in the work instead of getting surgery. You're like, man, I created this body. I did this. Opposed to saying I went and got surgery. And I'm gonna do y'all one good. I'm gonna do y'all one better. A lot of these women that y'all look up to in the fitness space on Instagram and all that, a lot of them that had surgeries. A lot of them that had surgery, so it ain't natural. So you got to be mindful of that, man. A lot of women be looking up to people on IG and be like, man, I want my body like hers. Whoop, wop, wham. Oh, wow, they didn't got a surgery done, and they may not be telling y'all that. So it's a lot of scams. It's a lot of scammers out here in regards to women that be on IG and all that promoting a body that they had done, and they not telling you that. So I'm here to let y'all know that that's out here. I'm letting y'all know that that's out here. That's in case y'all didn't know. The wife dropped a jewel, or as she would call it, a bar. And that's one thing that was heavy on my mind. Like one thing I had it in my mind, I never wanted a child to see me working for white folks. Because one of my main principles was like being the original man, the maker, the owner, the cream of the planet Earth, father of civilization, God of the universe. I was like, man, I can't be bringing a seed into this world. And they see me living in total opposition to that particular degree that I just quoted. They got to see me being the father of civilization, God of the universe, me being in control. Like, they got to see that. They got to see that. I don't want them seeing me complaining about working for this white man, working for this grafted man, as we calling them, but yet going to clock in anyway, and they controlling me. I'm relying on them for my income. Like, I couldn't, that wasn't going to sit well with me. That never was going to sit well with me at all. Like, at all. Like, I never wanted a child to see that. No. Like, because I know I'm more powerful than that. I shouldn't be dependent on them for my income. So I'm like, nah, they not going to see that. They're not even going to know what that means. They're not going to know what it means to work for a white person, like to depend on a white person for a check. No, they ain't going to know what that means. No, you create that wealth. You create your opportunity. You don't wait for somebody to give you an opportunity. And it may not be perfect. Yeah, you're going to have to sacrifice a lot. But at the end of the day, nobody can take that away from you. Like what I have done, like me opening the gym, all that. You may not have liked how I went about it. It may not have been the best way to go about it, but you can't take it away from me. You can't take away from the fact that a few hours from now, I'm going to go to that gym and I'm going to host a class and I'm going to host some one-on-one sessions. You can't take that away from me. I did it. So I'm not going to live with that regret that I didn't do it. I have done it. I did it. Can't take it away from me. I done been a year in the game and I'm still up and running. So you can't take that away from me. I don't care how it was done. I did it and I'm still doing it. So can't nobody take that away from me. And I don't regret it at all. Hey, Darker Lad, man, I don't blame you. There's a lot of people talking about living off the grid. And you might be forced to do it here soon. So who knows? Yeah, nice. That temporary. I'm telling y'all, man. Like, I'm telling y'all. Surgery, I'm not a fan of it. I'm not a fan of it. Bradley, for sure. And I tell people that I try to give people the jewels in regards to surgery, man, but they not be trying to hear it, man. They do not try to hear it. They're not trying to hear it, man. I tell them the truth about the surgeries all the time. I can't stand it though, man. I can't stand surgeries. I can't stand them. My sisters, please stop getting surgery. Please. Please. Just eat right, eat clean, work out. I'm telling you, your body will thank you. Your body will thank you. Akuma, man, I'm telling you. The mindset doesn't even make sense. If you wasn't a fan of working out and eating right before, what makes you think you're going to automatically do it once it's done? Like, I mean, you're going to be even more depressed. And that's what tends to happen, man. You get the surgery. Now you can't eat all these foods that you love to eat, but now you forced to not be able to eat them. So now you just even more depressed. Like, man, come on, man. That's just backwards, man. Don't do that. Do not get the surgery. Just change your life, man. Change your life. Adopt a lifestyle change, man, because that's what it is. Joshua, man, people kill me with the my body, my life. I get you. But like I said, it's people looking up to you. You may have some daughters. You may have some young women looking up to you. So yeah, it's your body, your life, but you are impacting others. That's why it's a trend now. That's why it's a trend now, because you're not just impacting yourself. You impacting the younger generation that's watching you get the surgery. And they like, oh, I'm just gonna get surgery like my mama. I'm just gonna get surgery like my sister. I ain't gonna work out. I ain't gonna exercise. I'm gonna get surgery like my aunt. That's what you doing. Those are the long-term ramifications behind all this surgery nonsense, man. Every time I look up, I feel like I'm walking into a woman that's talking about surgery. Every time I look up, oh, I'm just gonna get the surgery. I'm just gonna get this. No, stop. Stop it, please. I can't stand it. I cannot stand surgery. Please stop getting the surgery. I'm telling you, when you eat right and you work out, your body is going to transform how you need it to transform. I can guarantee you that, man. I'm in the field. I've seen it. I'm in the field, man. I have put people through it. Like, come on now. Come on. Just listen to, man, it's nature. Pay attention to nature, which is paying attention to yourself. Eat what you need to eat. Exercise how you need to exercise. Watch what your body do. Watch what it do. Watch what it do. Just watch what it do. So if you start talking, listen, and I wouldn't even be mad at a brother for saying, man, listen, if you a brother and you out here and somebody and a woman that told you she got surgery, man, I wouldn't be mad at you if you didn't talk to her, man, because come on, man. Like, for real, man. At this point, I used to have sympathy, but now I don't, man, because it's just lazy, man. And the reason why I have reached that conclusion is because I've talked to people that then got the surgery, that they considered the surgery. It all boils down to being lazy. Because I hit them with the question, like, why don't you exercise? Why don't you eat right? I mean, that's too much work. It's going to take long. That's laziness, man. That's laziness. That's just you being lazy. It's what it is. Have no sympathy for laziness. Can't tolerate laziness. I can't tolerate it. I can't tolerate it. I cannot tolerate the promotion of laziness. Okay, Dark Aladdin, I got you. That's what I figured. That's what I figured you was talking about. I just wanted to be sure that that's what you was talking about in regards to people like us. But I got you. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we be heavily watched out here, man. All right, Anthony, what you say? What about doing fitness without a certificate? What do you mean, like instructing or training people without a certificate? Is that what you're referring to? Lorenzo, for sure. Definitely the ingredients. Magic, man, I'm telling you, all of this stuff that's trending in regards to surgery, I can't take it. I can't tolerate it. It makes my head hurt sometimes. It makes my head hurt, man. It literally makes my head hurt because I can't. Like I said, it's laziness, man. It's just laziness. People say, "Oh man, working out that's too hard. I'm gonna just get the surgery. That's gonna require me to have to work out anyway. Eating healthy, that's too expensive. So what I'm gonna do instead of eating healthy, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go spend a couple thousand. Then even a couple thousand. I'm gonna go spend about 10,000 or so to get a surgery, and then I'm gonna have to eat healthy anyway. So listen how dumb that sounds. Eating healthy too expensive. So I'm gonna go spend 10,000 to get surgery done, and then I'm gonna have to pay for the expensive eating anyway to maintain it. That's how y'all sound. That's how y'all sound. So you might as well keep that 10,000 and allow that 10,000 to go towards the funding of the healthy eating that you claim is expensive, because you're gonna have to do it anyway. You're gonna have to literally do it anyway. Yeah, Dean, man. Like I said, that's why I can't stand a lot of these influencers on like for real, man. Instagram, like all these little the fitness industry, they definitely, the fitness industry went mainstream, man. It's real corny. I ain't gonna even lie, man. The fitness industry is real corny now, man. Like real corny. Somebody always trying to sell you a detox. Somebody always trying to sell you a 30-day plan for this and that. Somebody always trying to sell you something in the fitness industry, man. It's like a lot of this stuff is real simple, man. Just go back to the old school regimen. Lift them heavy weights and eat clean. Not about to sell you no 30-day cleanse. No. Eat right for your entire life and lift heavy. Take you about 2 days off and then repeat. You know what I'm saying? Repeat. Lift those weights, eat clean, and repeat. Like that's what it is, man. I don't need to sell you no 30-day detox, no 30-day weight loss plan. No, man, just eat clean. I'm gonna tell you what to eat, what you need to eat, what you need to stay away from, and then you lift those weights. I'm gonna tell you what exercises are good for what body part. I'm gonna tell you what are the best exercises to do, and you just keep doing them joints. But somebody always trying to sell you something, man. They always be out here doing unnecessary exercises, man, just to make themselves look different from the next person, man. It's just corny out here in regards to the fitness space, man. That's why I didn't dedicate this channel to it, because it's corny. Yeah, like y'all know I'm a trainer. I could have easily made my channel about all that, but I'm like, man, that's dead, man, because it's really simple out here. It's really simple out here, man. I don't need to sell y'all no 30-day plan, man. It's real simple in regards to what foods you need to eat, what foods you need to stay away from, and what exercises to do. It's not rocket science, man. It's really not that complicated. Say, yeah, the bodies are 9 times out of 10 are terrible. Just trash out here, man. Wisdom for sure. Your son, peace. Yeah, that I can't stand laziness, man. I can't stand it. Tell you, for the life of me, I definitely can't understand why you wouldn't want to indulge in fruits. Like when you get a drink, when you eat some candy, I guarantee you're gonna have a fruit flavored candy or a fruit flavored drink. Why not just eat the fruit? Oh, my bad, I forgot. Somebody told you fruits are bad because sugar, carbs, and things like that. I forgot. My bad. I forgot. That's why you don't want to indulge in the fruits. Somebody told you the fruits are bad. Somebody told you the fruits are responsible for every ailment that we've ever faced. So they got you staying away from fruits, and you got you eating cheese sticks out here. My bad, I forgot. Anthony, man, I'm all for being qualified, especially if you're trying to generate some funds from it. But a lot of people, man, like if you on a journey, like a weight loss journey, or you trying to bulk up and you just want to document the journey, I don't have a problem with it, man. But I feel like if you want to really make it a way of life, man, you should definitely be certified. Most definitely. Because what the certification does, it lets the people know that's following you that you take it seriously. You know what I'm saying? I could have easily been out here trying to instruct people how to work out without certifications. But once I got certified and got several of them, it let people know that, okay, he really do this. He credible. You know what I'm saying? So you always want to get the credentials if you're that passionate about it, to the point where you want to make videos and you want to create a whole channel revolving around it. Go ahead and get certified for it. Go ahead. It's not hard to do. So just go ahead and knock it out. Yeah, Dean, man, I can't stand it, man. People, and another thing, man, instead of like the basics, when it comes to fitness and working out, man, I'm telling y'all the basics are the holy grail, the basics. But now everybody is marketing one-on-one. So everybody trying to set themselves apart. So everybody be coming up with little weird workouts, little weird rep patterns and like weird stuff like that, man, to try to make themselves stand apart. And then they try to back it with some type of little pseudoscience and getting people hurt out here, man. Like, I'm going to tell you right now, it's really nothing fancy about, man, stick to the basics. Go squat, go deadlift, pull-ups, push-ups, bench press, shoulder press, like military press, dips. You do those basic things, you eat clean in a progressive fashion, meaning that you increase the weight every week, and then every fourth week, you scale it back, and then repeat. And then every so often, change up the exercise for the body part. Like, man, you're going to be in there. You're going to be in there. Going to be good. Going to be good. Trucker Wallace, very backwards, man. Master Tool, what'd you say? One of my close friends just, man, listen. Don't need, like, I already know that you was mad. Anthony, for sure, yeah, eating healthy definitely is not expensive. Matter of fact, I did this experiment when I was in college. I realized I was spending more money when I was eating trash in college opposed to when I cleaned up the way that I was eating. And this is what I tell people. When nothing is off limits, like you grabbing everything, because it's the way they get you. They be having all these snacks, all these chips, and them must be on sale, bro. They be like 3 for $5, 3 for $6. So you about to grab a lot of food because everything appears to be on sale. So next thing you know, you got a cart filled with junk. And man, you went up to you just spent about $200 and got all junk food. When you eating healthy, you more mindful of what you're not about to buy all that junk food, man. So you gonna spend 100, 150, but you got all food that's gonna keep you full. You buy all that junk food, which is empty calories. And when you consuming this food, your body like, all right, we ate something, but we not fulfilled. So therefore, the hunger signal is sent back off. So now you got to keep eating. So now you going to the fast food. So on top of you buying all this junk food and spent $200, now you at McDonald's. Now you at Burger King. Now you at Wendy's. Buying more food because the food that you got from the store wasn't fulfilling enough. So you end up spending more because you get the unfulfilling food, which is going to cause you to be hungry more. When you spend your money on the right food, it's going to be satisfying. So you're not going to be as hungry, quote unquote. So a lot of people don't be understanding that. Rude boy, I'm already hip, man. And we know why. Like, listen, don't get me started on the guys that are getting surgery. Don't even get me started on that either. Because that just shouldn't even be happening. Shouldn't even be happening. It's almost like when dudes is out here taking steroids for that advantage and whatnot. I kid you not, when I was in college, man, a lot of them white dudes was juiced up. A lot of them. I was coming in there natural out the gate. And if y'all don't know me, I'm not a big dude by any stretch of the imagination. Not big at all. When I was in college, I probably was, not probably, I was the smallest dude there. Height wise and weight wise, I was the smallest dude. But guess what? I'm lifting what the biggest dude lifted. And they juiced up, they on steroids, they on all this type of stuff. I'm on nothing. I'm on none of that. I'm barely stretching. And I'm going in here lifting what they lift. I'm lifting exactly what they lifting. So I'm like, man, them steroids ain't doing, they obviously ain't doing the trick. But y'all know what it is, man. Them white dudes feel like they at a disadvantage, man. So they feel like they got to juice up to be on our level. Man, I'm coming in there out the gate, lifting exactly what they lifting. And I'm the smallest person in here, and I'm not juiced up on nothing, and I'm barely warmed up. So I look at steroids the same way, man. Stop doing that, man. Just put in that work. Put in that work. Don't be taking no steroid out here, man. You don't need that. You don't need that nonsense. And 9 times out of 10, when you see one of these dudes on YouTube and Instagram and they extra swole, a lot of them are on steroids. But they finna tell you that it's natural. Some of them cleaned up the way that they were eating once they used the steroids to get to a certain size. Then they cleaned it up. But a lot of them unnaturally got to that way, man. I don't do the steroids. I don't need the steroids. Never have, never will. We gonna put in this work the natural way. If my body can't naturally get to the size I wanted to get to, then it wasn't meant to be that big. I wasn't meant to be that big. So I'm not gonna go against that. I'm not gonna go against nature. When you go against nature, you have a heart attack and stuff like that. Your heart attacks you, literally. That's why you see a lot of these dudes, man, when they be bodybuilding, then they die in a heart attack. Man, because they push their body past the limit. Your body wasn't meant to be that big, man. You stressing your heart out, so now your heart gonna attack you. So nah, man, if I can't naturally get my body to a certain size, certain weight, wasn't meant to be. I'm not gonna stress it. I'm not gonna push it. Not gonna push it. Say, man, listen, working out is therapeutic. Just like yoga, man, it all does the same thing, man, but it's therapeutic. That's meditation. Meditation for me. That's my religion. Like, what did it say? The gym is my religion. I pray on the bench. That's what Stickman said in the song, man. Back on my regimen. Like that, man. Listen, that's my church right there. It's my church. Maurice, peace. What's happening? What's happening? Rude boy. Muhammad Ali said it best. He don't start counting until he gets tired. Like for some people, that can work. But the best thing you can do is just make sure you document what you do. So that's why I say counting can be beneficial, because you have something to measure. Last week, I put up 225, 4 sets of 12. This week, I should be putting up 230, 4 sets of 12. So it's giving you something to measure. A lot of times when you go by rhythm and you don't count, you're not documenting it. Now, if you documenting it, then it's cool. But I feel like that's why counting is good, because it gives you something to measure. And then you can even document that. So if let's say you got 4 sets of 12 on that joint, 225 on the squat. Well, let's say you get to 12 and that 225, you feel like you could have did 5 more. You did 5 more. Then you able to jot that down. You say, man, I put 4 sets of 12, but I really was able to do 17, 4 sets of 17. So this weight was too light for that. So next week, instead of doing 225 or 230, I'm going to do 245 or 240 for 4 sets of 12. So that's why I feel like counting or the numbers are significant opposed to going by rhythm, because it gives you something to measure. So that's why I feel like counting is important. Nice. Always start the day with the fruit. Silent Assassin, appreciate the donation. You say thirst for instant gratifications and a craving for external validation is a form of spiritual cancer that can be cured within oneself. For sure, 100%. And it can always be cured within oneself. No matter what you're going through, it can be cured within oneself. That's the first step to curing anything. Looking within. All Walker, for sure. For sure. Back to the basics. Always. Black Nitro TV. Peace. What's happening? Justin, man, you already know. I don't play those games, man. I don't play those games. Your son, cantaloupes be good. Honeydew melons, man. Joints be banging. Joints be good. Oh, Black Nitro, I'm telling y'all, man. I tell a lot of my clients that too. I say, man, a lot of these trainers, man, you got to question what it is they tell you. I'm one of the only trainers that's probably gonna tell you to go plant-based and not to eat the meat and not to eat the dairy and this, that, and the third. Most of these trainers gonna tell you that because of the industry, or because not the industry, but who they got their certification through. It's in the books, you know. So you got to question a lot of these people, man, even the so-called experts, man, because the organization that supplied them with their certification is corrupt. I just used the certification to get to where I wanted to be. You know, I wasn't taking that information seriously. I was like, man, I'm just going to read this book just to pass the exam. I'm not looking at this information like it's the Holy Grail. You know, and a lot of people, they cling to the information that's in these books for these certifications. That information is not all the way right and exact. I say from a weightlifting perspective, probably so. But from a nutritional perspective, no. Yeah, Montel, it's real in the field. Jaren, man, I don't know if you on Instagram, but you can find me on Instagram or Facebook, man. And if you want a regimen, man, just hit me up on that joint. Just let me know what goals you got, and then I got you. I can definitely design something for you. Because, again, everybody got different goals. So depending on what the goals are, that's how I would construct the regimen for you. But you can type my name in on Instagram or Facebook, find me, and you could just message me on that joint. Nice. That's crazy because I got the book behind me, Conscious Eaters and whatnot. Conscious Eating, I should say. Like, that's a powerful book. Yeah, Dean, for sure. And that's why I tell people it's the empty calories, man. So that's why you always feeling like you hungry when you eat those toxic foods, man. It's not fulfilling. It's not satisfying. Satiating is another one of the words. Yeah, for sure, man. You 19, you're on the right path. Just keep doing what you're doing and don't even worry yourself with the elders that don't want to do right, because a lot of them are stuck in their ways. So you can't concern yourself with how they moving and what they doing, man. They stuck in those ways, man, a lot of them. You just keep doing what you're doing. You're on the right path for sure. Keep doing what you're doing, though. Nice. Yep, the heart attacks. The heart explodes. That's what it does. It erupts, an eruption, man, like a volcano. Wisdom, yeah, man, I had saw that. I had saw a glimpse of it, but I didn't fully dive into it. But I had saw it though. Hey, Rude Boy, for sure, man. I appreciate you tapping in, man. Always. JF, you can tell 100%, but a lot of people can't. A lot of people can't, but when you know, you able to tell, man. But a lot of these dudes, man, they juiced up like a big dog, man. A lot of people be following them, thinking they can achieve the same type of mass naturally, and they can't. They get mad when they can't get as big as such and such. It's like, man, because they juiced up. They juiced up, took steroids to get there, man. So you doing the same type of regimen they doing and thinking you gonna get the same type of mass that they got. Like, nah, man, they did something they're not telling you. That's why your body not doing exactly what you think it should do based off what they telling you. Tay, with that, you said, what would you recommend for former morbidly obese people who had weight loss surgery and now have what they call that saggy skin, what they would call skinny fat? With that, that's when you want to really go hard with the workouts. So you really want to go hard with the workouts, man. You want to do, I would say, try that first, man. Do a lot of high intensity interval training, a lot of HIIT training to try to tighten everything up, because that's what we call toning up. If that doesn't work, that may be one of those times where you're going to have to, by default, go to the knife, simply because you done already got the surgery and it kind of messed you up by giving you that skinny fat and that saggy skin. But I would say do you some high intensity interval training, like some real intense type of exercise, man, to try to tone everything up, man, and see how that works for you. But I would recommend doing a high intensity interval training, man, because you know, y'all know how it is when you experience that pump, man, after you done worked out, man, like then some intense work, an intense workout, that pump you got, man, when your everything is tight, like just do a lot of high intensity interval training, and that can help with that situation. Joshua, definitely track the progress for sure. Oh, Telly, we never let the game consume us. We master the game. Matter of fact, instead of playing the game, we can create our own game. Create our own game. Master tool for sure, man. Like I said, man, society, for the most part, society and already let me know we pretty much doomed. Because they didn't hit us with a lot of truth. They didn't smacked us with a lot of truth. They didn't smacked us with the agenda several times right in our faces. And we still then messed around and did things that we shouldn't have been doing. And y'all know what I'm talking about. So for the most part, society is pretty much already doomed. So all we can do is focus on the younger generation and those of us who have the information that's doing right with the information, that's not falling victim to the peer pressure. Like all we can do is focus on us and the younger generation, people that still have a chance not to be led in that wrong direction. Yeah, wisdom for sure. Okay, Tay, so you okay, got you. Okay, now you giving me more information. You say she's older with weaker knees, dislocated shoulder. I got stuff for the dislocated shoulder. I got, man, I don't know if I posted it on YouTube. If I didn't, then I got to make sure I post it. But I got a whole routine, like stretches you can do to fix the shoulder issues, because I separated both my shoulders playing football back in the day, man. So I didn't have to rehab my shoulder. So I got some for the dislocated shoulder. But then she just got to pretty much hit the weights though. Even with the weaker knees, like hitting the weights is going to strengthen the knees. So instead of her trying to do the HIIT training, she can do strength training so she can hit the weights. And I got to find that shoulder routine that'll help the dislocated shoulder situation out, because I got some stretches that'll take that pain away and fix that shoulder for sure. But yeah, she just got to focus now on strength training, getting them knees stronger, lifting heavy, and things of that nature, which she can do that. Of course, she's going to start off on the light end, you know what I'm saying, to build that strength. But once she builds that strength up, then it's like she can go hard then. Yeah, Torenzo, that watermelon, I fooled the watermelon and the beet juice, most definitely. Yeah, Tay, I either got it on Instagram or I got it on YouTube. I got that shoulder routine on one of these joints. Because I know a client that I had one time said she watched that joint and it improved her shoulder. I think it's on Instagram. I think I got it on Instagram. I don't think I put it on YouTube. But I got that shoulder routine somewhere posted. Rude boy, you say, has COVID affect your business? Nope. Because, you know, I actually opened my gym right when the pandemic kind of first started. So I done been thriving. You know what I'm saying? I done been thriving. It ain't affecting my business at all. The only thing that affected my business is the shot. The people that got the shot, they are the ones that had to miss sessions because they got sick and things like that. But outside of that, man, I've been good. I'll tell you, yeah, I was going to say that she probably would need a trainer. I was definitely going to suggest that she would be one of the ones that I would recommend to do some one-on-one training. Like that would be one of the clients when I talk to them, I'm like, man, you need one-on-one training. That's what you just got to do. Like, that's what you got to do. Like, she just got to do it. But she would definitely benefit from training. Definitely benefit from having a trainer. She will most definitely benefit. I can definitely vouch for that. Yeah, your son, man, the jab, as they calling it, the shot heard around the world, you know, that joint has affected my business. Look up, they can't attend because they sick. I'm like, dang, what happened? I got the shot heard around the world. I got it. Then it took me out. But yeah, Tay, man, definitely try to get her to invest in the trainer, though. That'll definitely benefit Mom Dukes. But she don't need to go back to the knife, man. She just need to put in a little work. That's it. That's it. She'll be all right. But y'all, with that being said, man, I gotta make my move. I gotta head to this gym, man. I gotta go ahead and get these sessions out the way. One of them Fridays for you, man. We always working, we always putting in work. So I gotta make my moves, man. I appreciate y'all tuning in for round 2 of the event. I'm gonna tap in with y'all again tomorrow. So be on the lookout, man. I'm gonna be on this joint tomorrow, man. But I gotta make my move now. Y'all be easy. Y'all enjoy the rest of this Friday. I appreciate all the comments, questions, donations, all that good stuff, man. It's always positive, always peaceful. Y'all take it easy, man. Y'all eat y'all some healthy foods, man. Y'all get y'all some rest. If you haven't exercised, get your exercise on, get your workout on. I'm out. Y'all be easy, y'all. Peace.